Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Hubcap Ninja, and I'm here to talk about a very serious subject. Despite me being in cosplay, I'm in the Resident Evil Requiem Apocalypse Leon DLC, and but that's not the focal point. I kind of want to just make a video because it is a cosplay related issue and more of a channel related issue, and it's very dark and depressing. And as much as I don't want to talk about it, it hurts, and I really need to talk about it. So, um, I want to talk about this very professionally, very nice, and I don't want to be the hubcap behavior, as everyone calls it, like, me cursing and me being all bouncy and high energy and everything. This one I kind of want to lock in and be very professional and focus on one thing. So, and it's gonna be uncut, unfiltered. I mean, not unfiltered, but like unedited and just raw. Kind of just want to put the camera on record and be done with it. And just no editing at all. Uh, so there has been talks about me and on the internet, and it's something I've been dreading ever since I started to get popular here. There's been talks about me on the internet, and people warned me when you get popular, even as a cosplayer or YouTuber or streamer, whatever, there will be people talking about you, people making rumors about you, people will be making things about you. And my friends told me just let it slide, let all the rumors just wash off your back like this, and you'll be okay because that's what every streamer, every YouTuber, every cosplayer goes through, and a lot of cosplayers go through this. And I got a bunch of allegations against me saying I sent explicit content to minors and I interact with minors and I, you know, SA a bunch of girls and everything and a lot of women out there and everything. I'm going to be the one to tell you from the horse's mouth, I do not do this. From the bottom of my heart, on my grandmother's grave and my grandfather's grave, on my mother and father and nephew and everything else, everything. I do not harass. I do not SA anyone without, I do without any consent or non-consensual SAing or anything like that that deems me to be a predator or anything like that. I do not do anything to harm people. I 100% promise you, I do not do this. I swear on my life. Um, there has been a bunch of text messages that are out of context, and most of the text messages that I talk to, most of the people that I talk to are adults. Um, they're not underage, they're not 17, 16, or whatever. There was minors in my server, but the thing is, my server is public. It's a public server. Anyone could join it. It's a community server for my YouTube channel. So I can't control who, joins it, or someone sends an invite to somebody or something like that. And plus, they were in Europe, so it kind of changed, but I never interacted with these people directly. Very few, like, I'm not going to mention any names, but there was a couple of Slovakian friends that I had. We had a falling out, but a couple of Slovakian friends that I had, and they would interact with me. They would make me thumbnails that I did use for my YouTube videos, and that's about it. And they would join my VC, and we would talk about Need for Speed and Gran Turismo and a bunch of other games. That's how far it goes. My server, we just talk about video games and nothing else. There's video games, anime, TV shows, movies, and everything else that's like really cool. There is nothing explicit allowed. If you even mention a reference to explicit content, um, such as like sexual content and everything, that will get you a warning or a ban immediately from my server. Those are the rules. Every time I text someone and ask them if they want to join my server, they will tell me send the link and what are the rules, and I will tell them the rules outright before sending them the link. anyone who's new, I would always tell them the the link. I mean not the link, the rules right then and there. Like, hey, no, you can say wherever you want, whatever you want or whatever, but nothing sexual. Um, in the cosplay community, I do not wish harm on people. I do not harass anyone. Did I say mean things to people in the past? Yes, I have. I have told people many rude things, and I've already explained this. Um, I have said diabolical things to people, um, and insults and insulting to people. Have I said them? Yes, I did. I was going through a lot back in 2023 and early 2024. I did not have the friends I have now. I did not have the things I had now. I was going through a very awful breakup during 2023 and 2024, which is why during those times, guys, I did not stream for a long while. I did not stream anything. I did not upload anything. Matter of fact, the only thing I was doing at that time was Resident Evil 4 content and Final Fantasy 16 content. And I was rarely doing and when Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth came out, I did content for that. I really and truly didn't even do any content for any new games, anything. And you guys know me. I buy a lot of new video games. Not recently, because I'm saving my money for other conventions, and I'm saving my money for other things and airsoft and everything. But yeah, this is a hobby I really enjoy, so I save up a lot of my money and I buy a lot of cosplay items, which I will get to. But have I said a lot of bad things to people? Yes, I have, and I deeply apologize to people who I offended. Um, but there was a few recently that I called out, and I don't really deem these as harassment as what they're claiming. Uh, there was a few cosplayers. Again, not gonna name any names. I don't want anyone to harass these people, but which is why I deleted my or privated my previous. I'm sorry if I'm flicking my eyes, guys. This wig. Um, the previous the cosplay allegation video, I privated that one because it was names being mentioned and everything. I did not want those people to get harassed. So the thing about this one is I did call out some people, and I don't think this is harassment. It's just kind of checking them. There would be people either online or just in person. I said this plenty of times in person to people. They would ask me, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I would say, "Okay, let's take a picture." I took a picture with a lot of girls, a lot of guys, and everything, and I would ask them, especially women, I would ask them right after if I was cosplaying as Cloud Strife. I would ask them, "What's your favorite Final Fantasy game?" If I was cosplaying as Leon, I would ask them, "What's your favorite Resident Evil game?" And they would always reply with, "None. I watch it on YouTube," or "I just like the character. I don't know anything about the series," or just like simple, "I watch on YouTube." And they claim to be a fan, by the way. These are people who dress up as Ada Wong. They dress up as characters like Rebecca. I rarely see Rebecca, but like Rebecca, Jill, Ashley from Resident Evil 4, Grace Ashcroft from Resident Evil, and all these other characters. And they would come back to me and tell me, "Oh, I just watch on YouTube," or "I just watch thirst clips on TikTok." And I would kind of just check them right there and there. I'll be like, "Wait a minute, so you mean to tell me you bought a $200 cosplay, a $200 convention ticket, along with a $300 a night a hotel, and you can't afford," like they would come up with excuses saying they can't afford the games, they can't afford the consoles, they can't afford the PC parts, and they're using an iPhone or using something, which is $1,000, by the way. I would tell them, "Please make sense. Please make this make sense." I really encourage these posers to just play the games, watch the anime, watch the movie, watch the show, listen to the music. I really, I speak for the whole community. We don't like when there's people kind of like, I hate saying it, but stealing valor when you cosplay as a character and you never ever read the manga, the comic, or watch the anime or play the game. Just don't know anything about the character at all, and you're just or never even seen the game at all or anything, and you're cosplaying as a character. That's one thing I will not deem harassment. I would not call them any names. I wouldn't call them any slurs or anything. I would just straight up tell them, play the game. Just play the game. And that's simple. I would just kind of just move on along my life. I would not, go ahead and like this time. I would not like these days. I would not go ahead and like, call people slurs or anything else. Um, have I ever insulted people before? Yes, I did, and I deeply apologize for that. I really did. Like in 2023, 2024, early 2025, again, I did not have the friends that I do now when I did back then. Remember, I was soloing this whole thing, and I was going through a bad breakup. I hate blaming a lot of the stuff on the breakup. I hate like being like that guy, but it was literally such a traumatic breakup that you guys won't even like. No, I hope you guys understand. I hope I was. It was a bad breakup, and it changed me. Nothing tasted right. Nothing looked right. Nothing felt right anymore. I really truly felt like I lost like a limb, and my life changed from then now. And because of that, I became stronger mentally, physically, you know, everything. I want to say ever since then. Um, and I've already talked about this multiple times in live streams. I talked about this in plenty of my Discord messages, plenty of times in my Discord VCs and everything. I've already talked about overcoming a breakup and overcoming grief and overcoming a lot of things. Um, and I wasn't really mentally stable, especially in 2020 when COVID was going on, um, because I lost my grandfather that year too. So that's a lot that has to do with it also. And I was really close to my grandfather, like we were like this. But I just wanted to make this video kind of short. I don't want to make it into a 20-minute video or, God forbid, 30-minute video. Um, I do not harass any minors or anything. And most of the stuff, there is a video that is directed towards another user, but it is showing a lot of screenshots and everything that was heavily photoshopped, and it does disprove a lot of this what user says. It does disprove a lot of things that he's been saying about me, and it shows that he's been photoshopping a lot of stuff. Recently, he hasn't been talking about me uh, lately, but to give you a hint, he's been stalking me. I'm 27. He's been stalking me since I was 13 years old. Let that let that settle through. Let that be the end of it right there. And today I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't know why this guy is trying to ruin my life. Don't know why this guy is trying to go at me, but that's not part of the conversation. When I go to these conventions, I go because my friends are going and I just want to be with them. I genuinely just follow them and I'm with them all the time. A lot of times my best friend goes and I have to babysit her kids if they do go. A lot of times when I go to conventions and stuff. I just want to talk to people, meet with people, and take pictures and aura farm or whatever. Just, show off my cosplay. I spend a lot of money, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on these cosplays. For instance, I have the Requiem belt. This is the closest I can get to the Volk tactical um, Volt tactical belt that he wears in Requiem. I'm currently trying to make the Me and my friend is trying to make the holster for the Requiem, but I do have the vest. I have the closest things to the gloves he has. I bought the new wig. I even bought the actual in-game scanned pants that he wears, the 511s, the Apocalypse shirt. For Resident Evil 4, I will do a review on this pretty soon. The actual belt that Leon wears in Resident Evil 4 Remake. So, this is the whole kit right here that he wears. As you can see, have a bunch of, guns right here, Samurai Edge. I have everything. On this whole bed is nothing but like cosplay stuff. I kind of wanted to show them to you guys. I do have Cloud in the other room. I have the RE4 holster right here. I have vest. I have bags. I got everything as you can think of. And I'm just invested in this hobby. I love this hobby with all my heart. And again, this is the real me that you guys are saying. It truly is. When it comes to dark and serious topics, I don't joke around. I don't you know I don't take it non-serious or anything. I actually tackle it very seriously. I lock in. I just take it seriously. A lot of times when I'm having fun at conventions or I'm with my friends, I feel invincible. I feel like I can talk a lot. I feel I can say a lot in public and not no consequence could happen because I'm happy. I feel like I can be myself and everything, and I kind of forget the things that can go on. Um, and I apologize for that. I really do. Um, and I hope this video can clear up a lot of things. I did say it was not going to be a 20-minute video, but it's going to be nearly 20 minutes, Jesus. But going back to the whole seriousness, I'm deeply apologize for everything I done, and I hope this whole video can clear everything up. Once again, I'm going to knock it in people's heads. I do not groom any children. I do not harass any women online or sexually harass anyone online. I do not send explicit pictures to anyone online. I do not talk about explicit topics to anyone online without consent. Remember, if it's an adult conversations, I always ask them if it's okay. I can talk to you about this. Is it okay? I can, you know, share this with you. Is it okay? That is the number one thing I always did. My grandparents, my parents, my sisters, and my cousins always told me when I was around like 5 years old, 6 years old, and even 10, they've always told me, always ask if it's okay. And that's the number one thing I've always asked, if it's okay. You know? Um, I I don't care if it makes me look like a wuss. I don't care what happens. I always ask if it's okay I can do this. I always ask for consent first. And that's it. Consent can give you it can go a long way, fellas, if you get consent. I do not interact with anyone unconsensually, anything like that. Whatever claims are being said on the internet, I do not do that at all. Um, uh, I seen a claim saying that I bring real weapons too. All of my guns are 100% fake. They are airsoft. This is a gas blowback Samurai Edge. You can even see the little blue bucking. They also have orange tips too. So this is a Pit Viper from TTI. And also this one has an orange tip. You can barely see it because the compensator. Also my MP5 is airsoft as well. All of my guns, even my prop right here, I don't have the orange tip on it because I don't like the way it looks when standing. It's 3D printed. There's a rubber band right there. This is the Silver Ghost. I forgot who 3D prints this, but I got this on eBay. This is all 3D printed, a damn good 3D print. But All of my weapons, including my swords, like the Buster Sword, is all fake. It's made of foam. The only real weapons I do have is my katanas right there. That's leaning right there. Those are real steel katanas that I bought at Chinatown, Little Tokyo, and other places in when I was in LA and stuff like that. Um, but that's as far as the weapon allegations go. My M4, all my guns are airsoft. Every gun I have is made of airsoft. I cannot own these weapons. The way they look, I cannot own these weapons in California legally, and tune them out legally. So yeah, they're all airsoft, even though they don't have orange tips, because in airsoft it gives you a tactical advantage if you don't have an orange tip. That's literally the reason why I don't wear an orange tip in airsoft. But and when I go to conventions, I do screw on the orange tip on there so it can alert people saying, "Hey, it is a airsoft prop." Um, but yeah, that's as far that's so far where I'm gonna go to. Again, I don't really show my face. I don't show my cosplays. I don't really show a lot to people, but I don't really talk about a serious topic about this too much. But I kind of just want to make a raw, uncut video just talking about this, getting it off my chest. I do not groom anyone. I don't sexually talk to people or I don't do that. That's not me. The only one I would ever talk to like that in that certain way would be my girlfriend, or that's literally it. Just my girlfriend. My girlfriend, or if if I knew a girl for a long while, like and she wants to be my girlfriend or something. That's a little TMI, but like, yeah, that's the only way I would ever get down with a conversation like that, and that's literally it. Um, and remember, guys, did I also, I wanted to address this. Did I ever talk to girls that I had a crush on and I confessed my love for them? Yes, I did. And guess what? They were older. They were in their 20s, like 20 to 24 years old, and I at the time I was 24, 25 years old. I have never went under 18. Never. Some of them did lie about their age. I had a lot of cases where a girl, because they're in cosplay, they have these, they're dolled up with this makeup, they have these wigs on, these outfits they're in, they would really look like a mature, old enough girl. They can pass for a 20 to 25-year old, maybe even a college student. They can pass as that, and then when you learn they're actually like 16, 17 years old, you kind of get trust issues. I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, that's why I don't really ask for girls' Instagram too much. I always ask for their age before adding them on Instagram. That's kind of like a rule with me. I know it's rude to ask a. They always tell me it's rude to ask a girl their age, but with this time of day age, I have to, especially if you're in the cosplay scene. I do have to ask them their age, and maybe even get their ID, like even see their ID to make sure that they're 18 and above or something to join my server or to even interact with me. I do not allow minors to interact with me. The very very few cases where I actually had minors interact with me, but it was a very dark subject, and it was they needed help, and it was a friend I knew for a long time, and I was like around like what 21, around there. I was still young, and it was a dark subject, nothing like explicit or anything, just a very dark subject, and it was and I'm not gonna say it on YouTube. I'm not gonna say it on YouTube because it's YouTube, but it involved taking these little things. If you guys know what I'm talking about, and I had to talk to that person and explained to them and tried to help them become a better person. And they watched my streams, they watched my videos, and they needed help. That was the only time where I actually reached out to a minor and helped them with their problem that they were going through, because no one should go through that. I don't think any mother or father should ever lose their kid, especially if their kid is going through some psychological problems and mental problems and everything. So, I hope I cleared the fact, guys. I've said this multiple times on like Instagram. I've said it a couple times on Twitter, but I'm gonna say it right here on the main channel. I do not groom kids. I do not send explicit content to anyone without consent. I do not do anything as such. I will let this be on notice during the during 2020. I would say I got hacked about twice. I got hacked around late 2017, early 2018. I lost my Instagram account. I thought I got suspended over something. I probably posted a wrong thing and I didn't. I actually got hacked by an ex-girlfriend. Not gonna name names, but if you guys know me personally, you know I did get hacked a while ago, like, a long time ago, almost 10 years ago at this point, and I don't know what she did. I checked my messages, nothing, nothing. And then in 2020, I believe, um, another person. It was actually no one I knew. It was actually like a very weird scammer that got a hold of my Instagram account. Uh, I don't know how they got it, but ever since then, I put like a really cryptic password with the whole like face scanned ID or whatever the hell you can do on iPhone. So yeah, I don't know what they did, but that was not me. That was literally some like scammer or whatever. I probably clicked on the wrong link or something, and they got my Instagram. It actually happens more than I know. A lot of people had that happen to them. Just letting you know. But I checked my messages. Apparently, nothing was there. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know what this dude did, but on my screen it said nothing. Um, Again, I do apologize if you guys did get something. I apologize for that. That was not me. I deeply, deeply apologize for that. That was not me. That was probably because I didn't redeem the card or something. I don't know. But but anyways, enough joking around. Um, I'm very sorry to the cosplay community for the insults I did to them. I apologize, and I apologize on behalf on the harassment. The whatever harassment. I apologize. I don't know what harassment I've done, but like in terms of the calling them out for saying like, hey, you didn't play the game. I apologize. Apologize. My bad. Again, I'm a different person to what I am than a year, 2 or 3 years ago. I'm a different person. I talk to people. I love talking to people. I love helping people. I love helping out cosplayers. I love telling them like if they're trying to cosplay as Leon, I love telling them like the accurate stuff to get them, um, and everything. I did try to help out one cloud cosplayer, and he got really insanely mad at me. I kept telling him, "Hey, is it okay? I can video call you on Instagram, so I can show you the bandages trick, how to wrap the bandages on for the cloud cosplay." And he got insanely mad and started spreading rumors about me all over the internet and everything else. If anything does happen, I will make an update video, probably a part 2 video of this. And it went 30 minutes. That's great. But anyways, guys, that's my video. Again, I deeply apologize and I'm sorry for everything. Hopefully this clears everything out and hopefully this clears everything. But videos you see online and everything, um, it's kind of just people just some people just don't like me, and that's okay. That's okay. If people don't like me, you don't have to be my friend. That's okay. But just gonna say this right now, as a cosplayer, if this keeps going on, I see a ton of cosplayers getting harassed online, and defamation accounts keep getting defamation allegations kept getting to them. A lot of allegations keep getting to them. If there's like a lot of allegations of them essaying people and everything with no proof, I do not see cosplaying working in like 5 years. That's just me. If this keeps up, you know, if defamation accounts like this or anything keep happening in the future, I do not see cosplaying in the foreseeable future. I really don't. But anyways, guys, that's my video, and I deeply apologize for everything I've done in the last 3 years. And I hope you guys could, I hope you guys can actually see this through. And yeah, hopefully this year can actually be really good for me and everything else. But I will, if anything does happen, I will post a part two. Anyways, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.